Arcadius was Byzantine emperor from 395 to 408. He was the eldest son of Theodosius I and his first wife Flaccilla, and brother of the Western Emperor Honorius. A weak ruler, his reign was dominated by a series of powerful ministers and by his wife, Aelia Eudoxia. History. Arcadius was born in Hispania, the elder son of Theodosius I and Flaccilla, and brother of Honorius, who would become a Western Roman emperor. His father declared him an Augustus and co-ruler for the eastern half of the empire in January 383. His younger brother was also declared Augustus in 393, for the western half. As emperors, Honorius was under the control of the Romanized Vandal Magister Militum Flavius Stilicho, while Arcadius was dominated by one of his ministers, Rufinus. Stilicho is alleged by some to have wanted control of both emperors, and is supposed to have had Rufinus assassinated by Gothic mercenaries in 395, though definite proof of Stilicho's involvement in the assassination is lacking. The intense competition and political jealousies engendered by the two figures compose the main thread of the first part of Arcadius' reign. Arcadius' new advisor, the eunuch Eutropius, simply took Rufinus' place as the power behind the Eastern imperial throne. Arcadius was also dominated by his wife Aelia Eudoxia, who convinced her husband to dismiss Eutropius, who was holding the consulate at the height of his power, in 399. That same year, on the 13th of July, Arcadius issued an edict ordering that all remaining non-Christian temples should be immediately demolished. Eudoxia's influence was strongly opposed by John Chrysostom, the Patriarch of Constantinople, who felt that she had used her family's wealth to gain control over the emperor. Eudoxia used her influence to have Chrysostom deposed in 404, but she died later that year. Eudoxia gave to Arcadius 4 children. 3 daughters, Pulcheria, Arcadia and Marina, and 1 son, Theodosius, the future Emperor Theodosius II. Arcadius was dominated for the rest of his rule by Anthemius, the Praetorian prefect, who made peace with Stilicho in the west. Arcadius himself was more concerned with appearing to be a pious Christian than he was with political or military matters, and he died, only nominally in control of his empire, in 408. Character and works. In this reign of a weak emperor dominated by court politics, a major theme was the ambivalence felt by prominent individuals and the court parties that formed and regrouped round them towards barbarians, which in Constantinople at this period meant Goths. In the well-documented episode that revolved around Gainas, a number of Gothic foederati stationed in the capital were massacred. The survivors fleeing under the command of Gainas to Thrace, where they were tracked down by imperial troops and slaughtered and Gainas dispatched. The episode has been traditionally interpreted as a paroxysm of anti-barbarian reaction that served to stabilize the East. The main source for the affair is a mythology clef by Synesius of Cyrene, Egypt aside to Providentia, an Egyptianizing allegory that embodies a covert account of the events, the exact interpretation of which continues to baffle scholars. Synesius ad Regno, which claims to be addressed to Arcadius himself, contains a tirade against Goths. A new forum was built in the name of Arcadius, on the 7th hill of Constantinople, the Zerolophos, in which a column was begun to commemorate his victory over Gainas. The Pentelic marble portrait head of Arcadius was discovered in Istanbul close to the Forum Tauri, in June 1949. In excavating foundations for new buildings of the university at Bayazit, the neck was designed to be inserted in a torso, but no statue, base or inscription was found. The diadem is a fillet with rows of pearls along its edges and a rectangular stone set about with pearls over the young emperor's forehead.